1. Write the balanced chemical equation for the following chemical reaction. Magnesium reacts with dilute hydrochloric acid. Answer: Mg plus 2HCl, greater than MgCl2 plus H2. 2. What is cracking? Answer: cracking, in petroleum refining, the process by which heavy hydrocarbon molecules are broken up into lighter molecules by means of heat and usually pressure and sometimes catalysts. 3. Define half-life period of a radioactive element. Answer: time taken for a radioactive substance to decay to half of its original value. Decay means it loses energy or mass by emitting radiation. So if it started out with a certain mass, after some time it has half that mass, that is its half-life. 4. What is uniform circular motion? Answer: when a body moves in a circular path with uniform speed or constant speed, its motion is known as uniform circular motion. 5. Write the uses of a diode. Answer: the uses of a diode are following: rectifying a voltage, such as turning AC into DC voltages, isolating signals from a supply, controlling the size of a signal, mixing signals. 6. Name the system used to represent the brightness of a star. Answer: brightness of stars, apparent and absolute magnitude is measured by convention, taking another star as a standard. The scale called apparent magnitude is the usual measure. 7. What is induced radioactivity? Answer: induced radioactivity is a type of artificial radioactivity. A process in which a new radioactive isotope is prepared by using a known element is known as induced radioactivity. 8. What are propellants? How do they work in vacuum? Answer: a propellant is a chemical substance used in the production of energy or pressurized gas that is subsequently used to create movement of a fluid or to generate propulsion of a vehicle, projectile, or other object. Common propellants are energetic materials and consist of a fuel like gasoline, jet fuel, rocket fuel, and an oxidizer. Propellants are burned or otherwise decomposed to produce the propellant gas. Other propellants are simply liquids that can readily be vaporized. 9. Write any 4 methods of conservation of water. Answer: 4 methods of conservation of water are followings: protection of water from pollution, redistribution of water, rational use of groundwater, use of modern irrigation methods. 10. Write the differences between AC dynamo and DC dynamo. Answer: AC dynamo has full rings whereas DC dynamo has split rings. AC dynamo produces alternating current whereas DC dynamo produces direct current. 11. Soaps are eco-friendly than detergents. Justify this statement. Answer: soaps are natural, less harmful to us and environment, and are biodegradable. As such they do not cause harmful pollution to our rivers and other water bodies. 12. Laser is used in eye surgery in industries. State the property of laser related to these uses. Answer: lasers is used in the science of medicine. They are able to heal or otherwise improve people's physical well-being. There are a number of uses for medical lasers. They are followings: cutting of tissue in surgical procedures, reshaping the cornea of the eye to improve sight, cleaning clogged arteries, burning away cavities and whitening the teeth. 13. What is polymerization? Name one example each of the 2 types of synthetic polymers. Answer: polymerization is a process in which relatively small molecules, called monomers, combine chemically to produce a very large chain-like or network molecule, called a polymer. The monomer molecules may be all alike, or they may represent 2, 3, or more different compounds. Usually at least 100 monomer molecules must be combined to make a product that has certain unique physical properties. Two classes of polymerization usually are condensation polymerization and addition polymerization. Example of synthetic condensation polymerization: polyester and polyamides. Example of synthetic addition polymerization is polyesters and polyamides. 14. What is Raman effect? Write the differences between Raman effect and Rayleigh scattering. Answer: the phenomenon of scattering of light by a substance when the frequencies of radiations scattered at right angles are different, generally lower and only occasionally higher from the frequency of the incident light, is known as Raman scattering or Raman effect. Raman scattering is inelastic scattering from molecules. The photon interacts with the molecule and changes the molecule's vibrational, rotational or electron energy. Rayleigh scattering is in the main elastic scattering from small particles whose size is less than that of the wavelength of the photon. The scattering can occur of atoms or molecules, and for molecules the scattering can be inelastic with a change of rotational energy of the molecule. 15. A. State universal law of gravitation. Answer: universal law of gravitation states that every object in the universe attracts every other object with a force directed along the line of centers for the two objects that is proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of the separation between the two objects. B. The distance between the two bodies is increased by 2 times. Explain with the help of mathematical formula of gravitational law, whether the gravitational force between two bodies increases or decreases and by how many times. Answer: formula of gravitational law: F equals gm1 m2, d2. According to gravitational law, the gravitational force decreases by 1/4 times the original gravitational force between two bodies if the distance between the two bodies is increased by 2 times. 16. A. What are galaxies? Name 3 types of galaxies. Answer: galaxy is a huge collection of gas, dust, and billions of stars under solar systems. A galaxy is held together by gravity. Our galaxy is the Milky Way. When we look up at stars in the night sky, we see other stars in the Milky Way. If it's really dark, far away from lights from cities and houses, we can even see the dusty bands of the Milky Way stretch across the sky. There are 3 main types of galaxies: elliptical, spiral, and irregular. B. Why do the sunspots appear dark in color? Answer: even though sunspots are fiery white hot, they are somewhat cooler than the part of the sun around them. When you inspect the sun through a very dark filter, which is the only safe way, the sun itself does not look very bright, and sunspots appear dark in comparison. B. Mention any 3 advantages of an internal combustion engine. Answer: an internal combustion engine or petrol engine is smaller and lighter. An internal combustion engine or petrol engine can be started at once at a moment's notice. An internal combustion engine or petrol engine is quite safe to use. 17. It is hard to detect the color of objects during night and dim light. Give reason. Answer: the retina contains 2 different types of receptor cells which are called cones and rods. Cones are used to detect color and rods are used to detect the brightness or dimness. The cone cells are more sensitive than rod cells in bright light. Because of this, it is more difficult to detect the colors in dim light. 18. Human pinna is flexible. Why? Answer: human pinna is flexible because it is found in places where we need some support and structure, but a bit of flexibility as well. This includes places such as our joints, our ears, and our nose, as well as in between the vertebrae in our spinal column. 19 fibers are used to make gunny bags. Why? Answer: jute is used to make gunny bags because jute is a very strong material. 20. Write any 2 characteristic features of reptiles. Answer: most reptiles lay eggs. Reptiles are amniote animals, which mean that the eggs, laid by females, contain an elastic sac within which the embryo develops. The skin of reptiles is covered with scales, or scutes. The scales of reptiles, which develop from the epidermis, the outermost layer of skin, are small, hard plates made of the protein keratin. 21. What are the observations to be noted while purchasing packed fruit juice? Answer: the observations to be noted while purchasing packed fruit juice are expiry date, nutritional value, and whether the pack is puffed. 22. Forests help to reduce global warming. Justify. Answer: trees and forests help reduce global warming by taking carbon dioxide from atmosphere and by giving oxygen. Trees absorbs carbon dioxide and it reduces the level of carbon dioxide in atmosphere, which actually forms a blanket in the atmosphere, trapping all the infrared rays and heat, causing global warming. 23. Mention any 2 disadvantages of using genetically modified foods. Answer: genetically modified foods are created by inserting foreign genes into an organism. This process has adverse effects on humans because these inserted genes may carry along with them specific allergens that trigger such an immune response.